Welcome to the On the Money podcast, courtesy of Old Mutual. And we are glad because we are starting in a sporty way, in a very healthy way, because the discussion today is beyond the game. We're talking money, planning, and wellness. All that will be done right here. Why? Because sports is a very big venture in this country, and we have sports persons who imagine even just in the last season in Japan, we were number 2 globally. That means there's a lot that is happening there, and we have amazing ways to do with it. But beyond this as well, there is money elements and wellness in it. That's the discussion here. So it doesn't mean that you have to be sporty to understand it. So please stay put because there will be a lot of advice that can also help you. On the guest list today, we have amazing persons. I have Martin, Joel, and Janet right next to me. And I want to ask them to introduce themselves. But first of all, welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So I'll start with the only lady on the show. Janet, please start us off.
So my name is Janet Oyaki. Yeah. I am the digital ecosystem lead at Old Mutual, taking care of Thrive and building that ecosystem. So essentially building that to the ground up.
Okay. And you'll tell us more about Thrive so people can get to know. Joel, over to you.
Thank you. My name is Joel Korir, and I handle the unit trust. I'm the head of retail distribution and private wealth at Old Mutual Investments Group.
Okay.
So anything to do with money matters, that's what we handle.
All right. And finally, Martin.
Yes, thank you. I'm Martin Kano, CEO of Kano Sports Events and Marketing, former athlete. And basically, my agency helps athletes with different support in finances, communication, lifestyle management, as well as the sporty side of things.
Okay, lovely. And you know what? You're the one who's going to start us off because we would like to just hear a little bit of your story. But you have been there. You have seen it all. Which years were this and what sport were you into?
Yes, I was a professional athlete from 1995 after I finished university.
Just pause there. Janet, where were you? 1995?
Go on. All right. So, I started my professional career in 1995. And I was, I ran for 10 years professionally all around the world. And it was a fantastic experience. I reached heights that I always dreamed of and traveled the world and got to engage with, my fellow athletes, Kenyan athletes or athletes from around the world, and just got to learn how a professional athlete leads his life and what they do with life beyond sport. So it was a great experience. I loved that experience. I'm ever so grateful to have traveled and raced and helped set world records. I was actually I ended up being a pacemaker.
Whoa.
And helped set 7 world records for the likes of Haile Gebrselassie, Bekele, Coleman back in that period.
Yeah.
So I got to see them at the athletes at the highest level. And also engaging them, how their finances impacted them, and their lifestyles and their families, both positively and negatively. You're seeing that.
Yeah.
So beyond now, when I retired, I decided I wanted to set up a sports marketing agency. A lot of it is to create, marketing opportunities for our athletes locally, because that wasn't really a big thing, but also to advise them on how to handle their finances, how to get local endorsements, how to use their platform as top athletes to move on to other things, positively in society.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a huge benefit for me.
What's your proudest moment in your entire line?
Or as an athlete, or as an athlete?
Yes.
I think it was helping set those world records.
Wow.
I, as a pacemaker, I was a fairly decent 1500 meter runner, but I was asked to pace for one of our athletes, and the first time we did it, he broke a world record. So the demand grew from there, and so everybody wanted me to help them pace to their world records. So doing 7 was a big deal. I think that was the highlight of my career.
Yeah. I'm still on you, man, because this conversation touches a lot on sports. First, we remember those days. We would celebrate them. They would unite us as a whole of Kenya. That's why today I had my Kenyan jersey. Super proud moments. But over and above that, over and above the medals, there was money that was coming in. In fact, now I think it's more. We have seen what was happening, even just what we saw in Japan, and even the government now even giving even more money. That means there's more money. And I just wanted to ask you, is it more then, or how is it going? Like, do you feel like they're getting more appreciated? Could we do better?
Yeah, well, there was actually more money
Yeah.
in the mid to late 90s than there is now. Because athletes, when athletes would go to Europe to compete in the athletics, the track season, you were almost guaranteed an income, where each race was, each athlete was paid an appearance fee.
Appearance fee.
Yeah, just to show up.
In dollars, huh?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. No, we were literally guaranteed an income.
Yeah.
If you were at a certain level.
Yeah.
That kind of, so that meant athletes earned a lot more money.
Okay.
Back then.
Okay. Now, a final one, so that now I can bring in my other guests. Are there some who, for the first time, see big money, and probably it hits them nice?
Absolutely. There's so many who now see big money.
Okay.
And I see how it affects. I mean, I see it because I saw it back then.
What's the common reactions when the money pops in?
Of course, you're thinking, big things. I can afford a car, a house. I can, get this. Whatever you had always dreamed of getting, you are able to get.
100%.
So yeah, that's the biggest thing. It impacts them in that sense. Yeah. So yeah, it's a big deal.
Okay. Joel, this is where you come in. But first, you look so sporty as well. What's your sports conversation?
I create time.
You create time.
Yeah, to at least be physically fit.
Okay.
Because with our busy schedules in the office, 8 to 5 and sometimes extra hours.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to fall back.
Yeah.
Look for that time where you can flex your muscles.
You're right.
It also helps to relieve the pressure, work pressure, yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Now let's pick the conversation from what we've had from Martin.
Yeah.
Big money sometimes lands to these guys, these amazing sports persons, and most of them don't make very good decisions, maybe, and some probably have landed in the hands of Martin, so they probably will not make the bad decisions that most would make. But I wanted to ask you, in your own thoughts, Martin, when suddenly this kind of money come to them, what should they think about first?
You've heard the narrative when I was growing up that when you're in Nairobi and you have money, be very careful because there are people who can smell.
They can smell it.
It's actually not that money smells, but it's how you behave
when
you have money. And that is the big mistake that people demonstrate when you get some lump sum full of money. Is everyone would know that you have money, and that's the biggest mistake. So when you get money, the first thing to do is just be yourself first.
Yeah.
Stop changing who you are because there is 2 million, 3 million that has come in. People have received that money and it disappears. So just relax and give yourself time. Never make any decision when a windfall comes in.
Okay.
Give yourself time. Look for where that money can sit safely until even that excitement around you disappears. Then that's when you'll be able to make wise decisions about money.
And this as well applies not just to athletes, it also applies across the board, whether it's business or anything, is it?
Everyone. That when you receive money, which you didn't expect, maybe there is a bonus that came in, or you inherited some cash.
Or you're retired.
Yeah, or you've retired and now you see there is millions that are coming in.
Yeah.
Always just give it time. Had an experience just 2 months ago of a client who retired, and there were 5 of them and they received 30 million each. He sat with the 30 million for 6 months, just trying to analyze and see where to invest the money. Eventually, got the right place. We had a session, and now he goes to the golf, play golf, go and check the farm, and money is just coming in. No one actually notices that he's receiving so much in terms of money that is coming in monthly. But the colleagues were so fast to move into various investments, and they burned their fingers.
Oh.
Yes.
So the best thing, take a chill pill,
Take a chill first.
sit down,
Yeah.
get some advice, right? Lovely. That's what Martin does to athletes. Is So actually, Martin, then let me come to you. Then I will come to Janet. There's always pressure, especially to these guys. Most of them don't come up from well-up families or stuff like that. So there will always be pressure to really not just impress, but do something. Because you see them at the airports being received by everybody. Once I have seen, especially my good friends from the Rift. The person who's giving you, man, I need a cut. We need something like that, right? So, and there's a component of black tax as well, because all of a sudden you hear even parents, because we have lost some athletes in this country, and you'd hear how the parents say that he was our degemeo, something like that. All of a sudden there was expectations from the community, especially from the parents, to do that. How have you seen athletes navigate that?
Yeah, you're right. That expectation from family is a massive demand for a lot of these athletes, because they expect that they figure that you're the only one who can rescue them from poverty or improve their standing in life or society. So they expect a lot from these athletes once they make the money.
Yeah.
Particularly the female athletes.
Oh.
Those ones really suffer. Either through their, brothers, fathers, or husbands, or boyfriends, they really take advantage.
Yeah.
But there's that issue where family is very demanding, and they expect, particularly the young ones, they're saying, okay, look, you're still running, you're out there training, let us manage your investment for you, kind of thing. That's very common. That's a common thing.
Yeah.
So it's, again, and it's hard to say no to your family. Say,
Yeah.
hey, listen, the right way to do it is I have financial managers who will take care of it, and then if there's anything, it can trickle down to you. Of course, you want to give back to family, but that's a big issue amongst a lot of young athletes, that the expectation from family is huge.
Did you face that personally?
No, fortunately I didn't. But for the beauty about family was they had been in that space.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. So at least
So
you were landing on the common ground.
He was, he provided the right advice for us, and just tried to guide us the right way, basically.
Okay. And by he, you mean the man that we know?
Yes.
Yes. You can say the name. The legend.
My father is Chogi Kano.
I just wanted you to say he's a legend, and we celebrate him. We celebrate what he has done. Janet, you've heard from Martin. Too much for these guys, especially if this is the first time they're doing this. Back in the days when you would graduate and the entire village comes in buses, they were celebrating because a solution has come to the village. Not just solution, but money. That's the same thing we see with them. So there's a kind of pressure that comes in and has a net effect on even their wellness and a lot of things. And I wanted to ask you, Janet, so from what you've had, how do you advise them? How does this kind of financial stress spill into someone's health and well-being first?
Yeah, when Martin was sharing,
There's
statistics that shares that 40% of Kenyans currently, their stress is coming from money.
Whoa.
Which is huge.
40.
So people are stressed, depression, anxiety, all the way to substance abuse, and then it's cyclic. So you're stressed about money, you don't sleep well, you're maybe not exercising, you get that brain fog, you use alcohol, substance abuse. So it's cyclic, and then you don't make the right financial decisions. So, if I was really stressed and depressed and they get the 30 million you're talking about, people will go and spend it. So it's all connected. And it's key to notice that, you have to be financially you have to be mentally and nutritional and physically well
Yeah.
for you to make the right money decisions, and they're all interconnected. So I really think it's important for us to have that holistic wellness approach in terms of how you're doing, how you're thriving,
Yeah.
which we'll share a bit more. But
Okay, yeah, sure.
yeah.
Wow, so you cannot just ignore it and push it away. Joel, you just heard from what Janet is saying. And some of these guys come to you and they have both financial and emotional pressure just to ensure that they don't make mistakes. Some of them want to just meet the needs that are there. How do you advise them to structure their money, savings versus investments versus emergencies versus impression?
Yeah, it's important that people appreciate the need for financial advisors and financial advice, because you're not an expert. You're an expert in your field, but you give a chance to people who are experts in handling money and giving advice to guide you in the right direction. That's why you have the likes of Martin. We partner so that we help guys so that you leave a legacy. So there is a big difference between savings and investments.
Yeah.
Savings is where you're putting money aside, like when I was saying, you let money lie fast until your pressure is relieved.
Yeah.
That is savings. So where do you save the money? There are so many places which I'll be talking about later, is that at least it's earning some return, a moderate return
For you,
that beats inflation. That is saving.
Yeah.
Now investing is where you're putting that money into something that generates more income and it carries some level of risk. So most people mix the two, that they actually invest when they are thinking they are saving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is always have goals, goal-based savings.
Yeah.
Such that an emergency fund is always a mandatory. It's not a goal.
Okay.
Because anything else, all the goals you've had can come down when there is an emergency. So it's always good to start first with an emergency fund. You can keep it somewhere where it is safe, it's earning some return. Then now plan your savings in, there is a short term, 1 year, mid term, might be up to 3 years, then long term. And depending on your financial position, everyone is unique in their own way. You never look at your fellow, even your own brother, and say, I can follow their plan.
Okay.
Totally different. The way you're brought up, the way your background is and everything, you have to set your own goals.
Okay.
So that your goal, that can be a 1 year goal, can be a 6 months goal to someone else. So you might be stretching yourself to achieve a goal because you've seen someone else has done the same within 12 months. You also want to achieve within 12 months. So set goals that align well with your financial position. Then now place money in places that can be in agreement with the goals. Yeah. So that if you're investing, let's say in a bond that runs for 5 years and the goal you want is for 10 years, there is a mismatch.
Okay.
And you end up not achieving your goal. So there are so many asset classes that we can invest money in. We have cash as an asset class.
Yeah.
Cash at hand in your wallet, in your bank.
Yeah.
Is it earning something? If it's not, then it's not really an asset class because it's being wiped out by inflation.
Yeah.
So have the second asset class, which could be unit trust, let's say specifically money market, which is a cash equivalent. Where you place money, you can access it when you want, real time, even to your M-Pesa, and it's earning a return that beats inflation. Averagely, it's now at around 10%. So park your money there. Money market, we always say, is the starting place for any savings, where you save there, or a savings account. If you can get a good savings account that earns you good return, but that beats inflation, it's good. But money market, we've seen it's actually now gaining momentum right now. And then you can go to the fixed income, like fixed deposits, bonds, T-bills. Then you can upgrade now. There are so many, almost 12 asset classes that are common. Okay. But what most people know is property.
Yeah,
that you get money and the first thing you think of buying is property. We are past that generation where definition of wealth is based on property. This generation that is coming now, the Gen Zs, actually don't really look at property as a measure of wealth. So what you need to do is to rebalance such that you're not having so much invested in idle assets, idle property. So divest and have different revenue streams. Not just in property. You can have your own house, a property that generates income, rental, but not just for speculation. That is where most people find themselves in a situation where they have so much in property, they can't even live a quality life, they can't pay school fees to their kids, yet they are wealthy in terms of assets.
No, lovely and great context, especially on some of the instruments they could be thinking about. And if you want more information, get him on the side, which I believe in our contacts right away there. So make sure you reach out to any team from Old Mutual. Janet, you've had it. And I'm just thinking about disciplines or habits in the early stages that people should have. One of the questions is what daily habits you think that could help, especially young ones. I think that's where they start, because we can tell the average age of an athlete, for example, which also applies to the same age groups there when this kind of money comes in. Even students, for example. So first jobs, all those kind of things. What would you say are the daily habits that can help them align their financial goals with a healthier lifestyle as well?
Interesting question.
Yeah.
I think when Joel was speaking, I was reflecting on, something similar to Martin, which is in sport life, there is a period of earning, 10 to 15 years. And then after that, it's the career.
You're expired.
Yes, it is.
You're expired. We're seeing a lot more in today's world where people are losing jobs since COVID.
Yeah.
We're seeing people, there are a lot of gig workers. They get a bit of money in February, then, it's dry, same to taxes, bad days, good days. And there's something that I read in terms of Gen Zs are now also using the pensions as we speak.
Oh no.
So there's that instability currently. And one of the key things is, again, to set the goal, but also to understand yourself. On Thrive, we do have a money personality test. So understanding how you spend. We do have other tests for you to understand, when I'm stressed, I do this. When I need, so that you can be able to budget based on your behaviors.
Yeah.
Budgeting is very different for others. Some people, they get their money, they won't put it in account. So, learning how to put, setting orders, so it's really you learn yourself and how you use your money.
Yeah.
Then after that is now when you start with the daily goals, which is, you save, whether it's 500, 1,000 every day, you set aside, immediately you receive your money, you set aside. But you also have to understand where you're putting, which is what Joel is sharing in terms of places where also money is making money for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
No, I love that. I love that context, that you're not just spending it, but think about tomorrow and the other days, especially you, Jen. Let me know, complete it. Martin, 20-year-old athlete, super good, everything else, money is coming. What's the first advice you give them?
Seek professional advice. Much as you have a coach to train you, a manager to get your races, to manage your career. You have a professional physio to sort out your physical needs and everything. Get a financial manager to manage your money, because one of the biggest things, again, it goes down to discipline. A lot of our athletes or young people in general don't know how to say no, and that's very important to learn how to say no. And if they can delegate those financial responsibilities to a financial manager to handle that for him, that's the first thing they need to do.
Okay.
I think a lot of that has always been the gap, where these young athletes, yes, they have all these professionals around them except for a financial manager. And yet that's where the money, that's why the reason they're doing it is to get the money. So that, because it makes all the difference. I've seen so many athletes just come into like huge sums of money and not, and they don't want to listen to anybody. So for me, I was fortunate. Our athletics manager found a financial advisor for us and told us, look, this is what you do with your money once you earn it. And then the most important thing is forget you earned that money. Like as Joel said, get it out of your mind, so that you're starting the new season, fresh and hungry. Not thinking that you have, 500 millions in the bank that you don't have to train hard, because it affects you. Your wellness. You say, I've achieved all my goals, so I can afford this, that, and the other. let me enjoy life.
Yeah.
No, you have to be still hungry, because if you're a 20-year-old, you have 10, 12 years ahead of you.
Absolutely.
So you must be as driven as hungry, and that means managing your finances, your investor. You're not stressed. You're not thinking, how am I going to get the next paycheck, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Martin. Joel, you've had yourself being referenced there. So you're still advising these 20-year-old, just new, upcoming lump sums are coming. They could be from sports or any other place. What would you say is the simplest entry point? I know you give us an array of some of the products, but what's the first one that you say for you, because you're young, this is the best place to start from?
When money comes,
Yeah.
whatever amount that comes in, it's
Yeah.
100,000, 50,000, let it land in the money market.
Money
I always tell people money market is the most diversified and safest place you can earn moderate return currently in Kenya, paying you 10%. So if you don't have a money market now in Kenya, you are actually, I would say, ujachanuka. That's what we used to be told.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's money that you can access when you need. As you now find a professional financial advisor to tell you where now can you place this money so that you make reasonable returns.
Yeah.
Even if it means taking it to what you know best. If you're a farmer, how well do you do
Yeah.
farming so that you get maximum returns from the small piece of land that you could be having. The other thing is what we call financial independence, which Kenyans really, or Africans in general, don't achieve. You're wealthy and you'll work until you die. So you don't achieve financial independence. Financial independence is where you can even take a back seat and your money works for you. What he's talked about is your money working for you is you don't have to wake up every day to do something so that your bills get paid. When you go to coast, you see so many foreigners coming for a holiday for a year or two in Kenya.
And you're wondering, where do they work?
Exactly. So what they did
Don't
when
they
they were
work?
young, at that age of 20
Yeah.
towards, it's an accumulation stage. Place money in different places that generates passive income. It's very important that when you retire, you have passive income where you don't need to do anything. That is what it means, that your money is working for you. So what happens is you've entrusted professional fund managers like Old Mutual, you're a fund manager, to give you different portfolios in different asset classes. That ensures that you're getting money every month from different avenues without you having to actively work. So time is moving. You will not be 20. Yeah, time is moving. One thing you can never stop is time. So don't think that I'll do it when I get 100,000 and I get 200.
Yeah.
When you get some lump sum, put some and say, this one, I'm not putting it in an active investment. I'm handing it over to a professionally managed fund so that they manage for me. As you continue now, you can go into disciplined savings plan. Like you can even say, I'll do a plan for 10 years. So if every year you're setting a plan for 10 years and you are 25, when you reach 35, it means every year after that, there is a maturity that is being paid out. And you're not actively doing anything.
Yeah, man, I would look forward to as well, not working every time. Right? Everybody would want that. Janet, let's talk parallels, because athletes, like the two here, all right, they have a certain way of discipline, as you heard from Martin talking about discipline and all that. And I'd like to ask, is there a correlation, or something you could call it a parallel, between how athletes train for performance and how they can as well avoid, how ordinary people as well should build discipline in finance and wellness? Is there a correlation there?
There is, definitely. If Martin woke up today and decided to do 1 million squats,
But by the way, just pause there.
Yeah.
You do everything. There's something you do every day.
Yes.
That is what?
I do 100 push-ups and 100 squats.
You see that? Discipline
Monday to
every
Friday.
day.
every day.
Monday to Friday.
Monday to
Take a
Friday.
break.
I was just
Take a
checking
break.
whether Sunday.
No. I hike on Sunday.
rested.
I hike on Sundays.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Essentially, you have to ensure that it's every day. If I wanted to lose 10 kgs, I cannot go to the gym, work out for 8 hours, and expect to have lost. I have to do, even if it's just 20 or 30 minutes
Yeah.
every single day for me to reach my goal.
Yeah.
That's how we think about holistic wellness.
Okay.
If it's your mind wellness, ensuring that, you're noticing your triggers, you're noticing your mental space. If it's nutrition, what you're eating every day matters. Same to physical well-being, where you're working out, you're not sitting too long. So something interesting I've done for myself is understanding my lifestyle in terms of, yes, I'm busy 8 to 5, as Joel has mentioned, but I've gotten myself a walking pad.
A walking pad.
Yeah. So I have added it into my lifestyle. That way I can still be able to work, or when I'm watching a movie, I'm walking. So I'll be there, I'm walking.
So hold on, could you describe it for the ones who just sit on the couch? What's that walking pad?
So essentially it's a small sort of treadmill where you can be able to walk.
Oh, I get it. I've seen it. So you guys know it now? So you're watching a movie or doing something and you're still walking. Makes sense.
Exactly. You're getting entertained, but you're still walking, So it's finding ways, and financial as well. You have to understand every day how much you're spending, and how you're saving as well for you to reach your goal. Okay. So it's really every day that matters, and it can't be once. And they're all connected.
Yeah. Martin,
let me add.
Before I bring you in, let me hear from what Joel wants to add. Go ahead.
She's mentioned something that about budgeting for what you're spending.
Yeah.
Let's go to the basics. We have needs and we have wants.
That's true.
So food is a need.
That's a need.
But the type of food can make it a need or a want.
Or a want.
And that is where Kenyans...
And where you take it.
And where, exactly. Yeah, so where you're taking that meal actually can change it. So you'll find someone has done the budget, because they come and say, I do all that, but I still find myself in the negative, because they are pushing things that are meant to be wants, and they are forcing it to become needs.
Yeah.
Just to add as you do the budget.
I love that. Wow. So Martin, I wanted to bring you in and ask you, when you look back, and we're talking about these guys now in their 30s, 40s, and Jolly will still come back, because I want you to address those sandwich generations that are suffering big time on where to put the money. But Martin, when you look back, what's a mistake you've seen? One that is so common, especially around athletes. You see them and you're like, oh my goodness, same old, and you have seen them make the same mistake that others can learn from.
There's quite a number. Of course, the choice of investment or lack of.
Oh, the Kashamba people.
So I mean, typically athletes would tend to invest in real estate, farms, and now the others are different financial investment products, stocks, bonds, that kind of thing. But a lot of it would be on the advice of people who would want to take advantage. So the wrong real estate.
Advice.
Wrong advice.
Okay,
So,
makes sense.
Yeah, investing in different places,
And you have seen some who are at the top.
Oh my goodness.
Now they can't
plenty.
even...
Yeah, plenty. I have seen so many who were making crazy amounts of money. And like for me, in my era, we would have athletes making $400,000 or $500,000 in a season, and get that in cash, and come and just blow it off within a year or two.
Okay.
So I've seen those kinds of poor decisions, made by so many athletes. Taking advantage of, making just the wrong decision. Okay. But a lot of it also is the lifestyle choices.
Okay.
The partying, the 4 or 5 wives. So I mean, and then all that stuff. So the lifestyle decisions is really affected a lot of them. And them thinking that this money will never end.
Yeah, my muscles will never weigh down.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if as an athlete, you're only as good as you can only last as long as an injury can take you to oblivion. Just one injury.
I know.
So if you don't take care of that, then that's it.
You're done. Okay.
So there was a lot of, I've seen a lot of poor decisions, either through the lifestyle choices or the lack of investment or or the wrong investments, done. And, just the mentality that, I'll always make this money, and it's not true. You're just literally one season away from, or one injury away from oblivion. And if you don't take care of that, that's it.
It's not different from even other people in different careers. There's a way you can get into comfort and thinking, I'm going to be here until something happens to the company you're working for. Anyway, Janet, I know this is a hard one to ask, but maybe Marty can also weigh in. Where is the place of, because we have read stories of great athletes and then poops, one day the guy was drunk then, or maybe the boyfriend decided to turn on them. We've had them. They're right here. Where do you place that? It's a wrong choice of what?
I think advice.
Okay.
Getting the right advice on how to handle family matters,
Or getting
investment.
a new partner. Or
Getting,
getting a-
absolutely. Or not even marrying when you're 23.
Yeah, you don't have to run to that, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. I think it's you have as you're still young. There's some life choices that you don't really need to make when you're that young. You understand?
Janet, I get it. Yeah, Janet, you want to add something on that?
It's again, it's advice.
Yeah.
If someone is not talking to someone in terms of, a therapist or a psychologist, and they've been going through something and they don't know how to get out of it, it really affects that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Joel, I wanted to come back to you and talk about the sacrifices that sometimes people, especially midlife, the 30s, even 40s there as well, have to face. Sacrifices, for example, you probably have started a family, that's when you're paying school fees. Even your athletes as well, we see them being received by very young guys there. But they also have parents on the other end, so there's a mid-whole conversation they need to balance out. So I wanted to ask you, how do they avoid sacrificing their retirement? Because as you've had 10, 15 years, as Janet has said it, you're done.
First of all, let's remove the definition of retirement with
Yes.
age. It's quite a traditional
Oops, I like
way
that.
of saying
I like
that.
that.
When you
Yeah.
reach 65
That's a good logo.
or 60, you retire. You can actually choose to retire at 40
Yeah.
or at 50 when you've achieved financial independence. So whatever you have now, just think that you don't need to please everyone, first of all.
Wow.
You don't have to carry the entire village, the entire community, because at the end of the day, when you retire, you'd realize that you are alone. Yeah. So budget in such a way that you have a budget for donations, not ad hoc.
Yeah.
And you have a budget for entertainment, not just waking up every Friday or Saturday and going out to party because there is money.
Yeah.
And when you're called by friends, you just show up. When you budget and say, for this month, I'm spending this on entertainment. If someone calls you, you have the courage to tell them, I've exhausted my entertainment budget, unless you are taking care of the bill. Then I'm coming.
Yeah.
Donations, you exhaust and say, for this month, this is the maximum I've done. I'm waiting for the next one. So always focus that you will not be active throughout your life.
Yeah.
So you'd rather sacrifice now. When you are active, you can still make more and build your savings and retirement plans when you're still active. So that when there could be diseases, critical illness that can come up anytime where you will not have time to recover. So make all the savings when you're still active, where you're not seeing that money. So when you're not seeing it, you have energy to make more.
Okay.
But when you are comfortable now, it means you resort to comfort zone where you're saying, I'm living a comfortable life. Yet you have so much energy that it's a blessing.
Oh.
Yeah, that good health that we have is not yours. It can actually go anytime. So, and you can push yourself, you realize the potential that you have is actually almost unlimited. So don't limit yourself by saying, I have enough.
Yeah.
Actually place that money in places where you're not touching them so that it is preserved. When you feel now you've achieved financial independence, you can retire.
Okay.
But you can't retire because we are also blessed that we need to work. Yeah, so you'll work because not to pay your bills, you work because you're healthy and to give it back to the community.
Martin, I want to bring you in and I want to go a bit personal now.
Yeah.
Your dad is a legend that we celebrate. I'm sure there are lessons you saw from him, or you kept seeing or observed that you've applied, especially on these matters to do with finances. I see him sometimes in great boards. We honor him doing great work. I think he just does it now because of passion. I think he already planned himself, but you're the one who has the first-hand information. What lessons have you learned from him?
Many lessons I learned from my father and the family. Just managing those kinds of investments, because back then, when there wasn't much money.
Yeah.
So, in the late 60s, early 70s. So the investments he got into, real estate was a big deal. Now we're appreciating. And then also giving back to society. He's built schools, he has training centers, he has different things that impact society in different ways. And that's coming back to honor him.
Yeah.
Just giving back to society.
Yeah.
So those channels that he took through, and then just staying humble and simple, is a big deal.
Okay.
You don't have to show that you have it, all that kind of thing. So just remaining simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we shall wait for the memoir to get deeper into this. So
I'm writing a book, by the way.
you will? Oh, that's cool.
That's something different.
That's very cool. By the way, when listening to Joel and how he's saying, oh, guys, you have this short span to do, or in fact, in other conversations, they call it the seed time, when you can get enough money to secure your future and the likes. But now looking at the athletes, Martin, still on you, their lifespan, and Joel as well, you could come in here as well, and Janet, looking at that short span that you have, you really want to secure this. As you see it again, an injury, and then boom, you're out.
Yeah.
Where is the place of insuring this? So that at least, insurers at least can protect you, because now look at them. Anything can happen. I don't know who's going to go first in this. Is it?
Go ahead. Let me go first.
Yes.
You're right in saying that the lifespan of an athlete is fairly short.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to have a 10-year career. Typically, it's not that long. It really isn't that long.
Yeah.
Most between 4, 5, 6 years at the highest level. And then it's either injury, motivation, or just competition that just wipes you out.
Yeah.
So if you understand that from the beginning, that at the lower level, I have 4 or 5 years to do this. So I better get things right. When I'm at that level, let me make the best of it at that level. So, the choices of investment, discipline, there's so many things that go into that you have to get right.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with that, it's like, how do I protect myself? And that's where insurance comes in.
Yeah.
Getting the right advice, the right support, backup for all your activities, actions, investments, that kind of thing. So that becomes very important, that you are aware of what you need to do to protect your investment as a professional athlete.
Okay.
The person who has done so well, and I think everybody knows him, is Eliud Kipchoge. Eliud started running in 2001 when I was still running. I ran with Eliud back in the day on the track. He's still running marathons now, 25 years later. It's just, but his level of discipline is off the charts. He's just and he's so simple. Many other athletes who are nowhere close to his level, try and act like they're superstars until they see Eliud walking down the streets and nobody bothers him, that kind of thing. So the level of simplicity he has, and discipline has what has carried him there. So, and then he's involved so many professionals to manage his investments, his earnings, and everything, that he's not worried. Everything is taken care of. From insurance to everything is taken care of. Because he understands what is required to have that long-lasting career. So that's the thing about athletes, is that it's a short career, but you have to have the right information, the right partners, the right advisors, in order to continue that career and sustain it, or be successful in career post career, because that's where it really matters.
Okay.
When your career, when your running career ends, what do you do? Most people don't have those, and they don't even know what they want to do. So if you have a plan for your post-running career, then at least you start working on it. You understand that, I'll use these earnings to take me to the next level, or get the knowledge to do something that I really want to do, kind of thing.
Hey, insurance, Joel.
Yeah. It's mentioned something
Yeah.
very important, that you need to transfer risk to a professional.
Okay.
And we are exposed to different kinds of risks, like your health. You could have $1 million now, which you've planned and say, I'm setting up a business by end of the year. Then you are diagnosed unwell, or even your mom, and that 1 million
It's
goes.
gone.
Yeah, so always make sure you transfer risk. Taking policies, take a medical cover, could be as cheap as 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, depending on what you want to cover, but it helps you so that your mind is stable to make decisions. You're not always on panic mode, that I might be called now, my child is in hospital, and I only have 200,000 that I was saving for something. Then second is now take a life cover.
Okay.
Yeah, products that carries life cover, so that in case you are even diagnosed with a critical illness, at least it comes in. Take personal accident cover. They are actually one of the cheapest products you can take is a personal accident cover, where you'll find people taking comprehensive insurance for their motor vehicles, which cost them 200,000, and yet they leave themselves. So in case of an accident, the vehicle is rushed to ICU, and you are left there because you are asked, do you have a medical cover? No. So you are taken to the local clinic there for it. So always protect your assets, protect yourself. We have all those covers in place. So I say when you meet with a financial advisor, he'll be able to tell you, please, this is high risk. You cannot cover if a risk were to happen in this line. Transfer it by paying a small premium, then you're covered for it. Yeah.
Okay. Janet, let me bring you in because you're quite a big proponent on the digital side of what Old Mutual is doing, especially making it easier for Kenyans to access tools that support smarter financial choices. What are you doing to help them in a nutshell? I know there could be a lot of conversations on this, but in a nutshell, especially with this conversation, because a lot of them are young, they would easily access this from their phones. Please go ahead.
I like what Martin mentioned in terms of Eliud having different experts around him. So whether it's financial experts, I'm sure he has nutrition, expert. There's a coach there as well.
Yeah.
Probably even a psychology and
Yes, it
therapist.
does.
Yeah. We are building Thrive, which is a physical nutrition, mind and financial wellness app that essentially allows you to understand yourself better through data that you input. So for example, for physical wellness, it takes how long you sit, it takes how long you sleep, your steps, your exercise, your light activities. And through that, you can be able to see all the different datas in terms of this day, it was a bad day, and you can be able to see that and nudging you to the right direction in terms of you need more sleep. Same to nutrition. We have a nutrition pillar where you can be able to put in what you've eaten.
Yeah.
And you can be able to see that data week, month, year, and out of that we can even get some risks, whether you're at risk at diabetes based on what you're eating.
Yeah.
Same to the financial pillar. We want you to understand yourself. I think I talked about this in terms of that money personality test.
Yeah.
So you can be able to take that up, but we are bringing in more in terms of financial advice. It's going to be free financial advice, but there's also a lot of financial literacy and tools that are in terms of how you budget, how you expense, that really helps you on your everyday.
Yeah.
So essentially, it's a lifestyle partner in your pocket that you can be able to, because you can't afford especially for the young people in terms of all these different experts.
Yeah.
What we're doing is giving you a digital tool that's your lifestyle partner that you can use for your everyday lifestyle.
Okay.
To ensure that you're holistically well.
Okay. I love that. From what I hear from your end, it's making it easier for people to invest. I wish there was also another tool that can make it harder for people to spend, right? I'm just thinking that way because sometimes we are quick to do that. Joel, let me bring you in on that part as well, because there's so many things that could be given as not excuses, but they are realities. Inflation, lifespan as well. We're talking about shifting job markets. Sometimes, especially there's a generation that by the time 10 years hit, they have been into 10 working places. So it means they just wake up and they're bored. They're like, hey, what's up? I'm moving on. How should people adjust their financial planning today with these current changes that you see here?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it boils down to discipline as
Okay.
well. Discipline really is a 360 view of everything. That when your financial position changes, do you stick to your old self or you now need to adapt?
Yeah.
So discipline is very important in terms of, can you actually do savings with the small amount of money that you have?
Yeah.
If it's 50,000, if you can't save 5,000, even when you receive 500,000, you'll not be able to save. There is a narrative that says someone who earns 100,000
Yeah.
but needs 90,000 to survive
Yeah.
is richer than someone earning 1 million but needs 1,050,000 to survive.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's always good that you are disciplined in terms of how you do your budget and never always focus on the short term. It's always good to know that we are not here just for 5 years, 10 years. You never know. We might be here for another 8 years. Yeah, so it's good to always plan well.
Yeah.
So that as much as you live a comfortable life, you're also thinking of the next life when you'll not be actively and the next generation that is coming after you. What have you put in place for them to inherit? Yeah.
Okay.
Can I add
Yeah,
on
yeah. I
to
wanted
it?
to ask you as well, and even as you add to that, I want to know: are young people really taking up these investments? Go ahead.
So in terms of that discipline that he's talking about,
Yeah.
I just wanted to share a bit more about Thrive. Is one thing we've noticed is there's a sense of community in terms of how we do everything. Chamas, running clubs, for example, there's this communities. And so one key thing we've done on Thrive is we are able to create challenges and communities within it. So people can be able to, a challenge for, investing or saving up to a certain amount.
Yeah.
And we are seeing a lot of uptake on that. So I just wanted to add, in terms of the digital tools, is that accountability
Okay.
and responsibility to do that.
And they're reacting to this, is it? You've
Yes.
seen them getting excited about it, is it?
Yes. We actually have over 47,000 people who've downloaded the app.
Oh.
And this is before the launch. We're launching tomorrow. By the time you're seeing this show, it will be
Already
a
up.
different day. Yeah.
And the app is Thrive.
Yes.
Okay.
Old
So go
Mutual
check it out
Thrive.
now.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you just on iPhone, guys, or even the Play Store, guys? Of
Android, iPhone.
oh, just
or-
checking. I didn't want to. I didn't want to mention the brands lest I get crucified.
Yes.
Martin, as we close, you're talking to a 20-year-old or a young athlete. What's your one golden rule, if I may say that, that you would give them?
Back to what I said earlier is have a financial advisor.
Okay.
Yeah, very important.
That's it.
Looking back, in my career, very many didn't. And then it was just back down to your sort of skills or your how you're brought up, how to deal with money. But I've seen athletes who, before leaving the country, 10,000 shillings is a lot of money. And then when they got back, they're coming back with $300,000-$400,000.
Yeah.
And I just seen how it impacted them without any financial advice. Completely changed their lives.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and they could have lasted much longer or have done, much more positive things with their finances had they had some financial advice. So for me, that's the biggest thing. Again, back to what Joel said, stepping back from, the desire to spend is a big challenge for young men and women.
Okay.
I think actually the women, it's probably a little easier not to spend. But for the young men, the temptations are many. So, to have somebody tell you, look, don't spend the money.
Yeah.
Or for just yet, there's better ways to, make your money work for you is something that, I totally encourage young athletes to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joel, in your closing, what would you, you've had it, we have tried to explore as much as possible how we can help them. What's the one thing that you still feel you would give them as a golden rule so that they do not make any mistakes that we don't want to see them making?
So first is appreciate and embrace the experts in financial space, and Old Mutual is here. We are ready to help. Can reach out to me and say, I want to talk to Joel. That's the first step, so that when you get money, at least you know that this and this is a no-go, and this is. So, and avoid buying so much idle assets, because you'll buy, then when you're not actively working, you'll just be selling the properties for upkeep. So whatever amount you get, first of all, pay yourself through savings, then set an emergency fund. Any amount that you receive when you go for an event, make sure that you are building that emergency fund, so that period when you're not earning anything, at least you're having some money that can keep you going, so that you don't have to liquidate your assets. So reach out to us. We'll be happy to partner. Even the coaches who are taking charge of these athletes, we are so happy to partner. We have a financial literacy program now that we are running through Old Mutual Foundation, where we are educating Kenyans on how they can diversify their investments and be able to achieve financial independence. So reach out to us. We are happy to help. Don't make decisions that actually might see you, swipe and clear your money before you even reach 40 years.
Okay. By the way, there's another guy called Kenodia. No offense to any Kenodia, who says they can advise us. How do I get assured that this is the credible one?
When you actually just go to our platform at Old Mutual, and call and say, I want to talk to someone from Old Mutual who can tell me about money, and you'll be given the right person who can help you. So don't just go to any platform or meet someone on the streets and say they can be your financial advisor. Go to established institutions. We are 180 years old.
And they are old enough to have seen experience,
We've
right?
seen all the ups and downs.
Yes.
So you'll get experts.
Okay.
Don't just fall for anyone. Call us and we'll be able to reach out to you with the right professional advice.
Awesome.
Not personal opinions.
Yes. I like that. Janet, you have the last word. And I would also want you to touch on your last word, on wellness, because we also have mental wellness, all that. How you can encompass your last closing remarks on this.
I would say for you to achieve holistic wellness, you really have to understand yourself. And we have to embrace, digital as it comes, because it really helps to see how you've been doing a year ago, months ago, days ago. What are your everyday life choices, and what are you at risk at financially, most importantly. So it's embracing, using data to really, really understand yourself, and we have the tools for that.
Okay. Lovely. What a conversation. And I want to sum it up for guys here. A few things that I've taken down amongst the many others that we've spoken to. Number one, start early and plan smart. Number two, diversify and protect. We talked about insurance there as well. Number three, wellness matters big time, right? And there was a number four, ask for help from credible persons. Don't just go to anybody. I said no offense to my guy. I mentioned the name later. But also download the app, right?
Yes.
And you said the app is called?
Old Mutual Thrive.
Old Mutual Thrive. What a conversation. I feel like we should end with some press-ups, then we can close. Are we ready?
Some
You ready?
squats. Yes.
Some squats? How many are you going to do?
Some push-ups.
By the way, not push-ups, not push-ups. Production crew, are you ready with the white? Make it white. We're doing this. We cannot have dressed this sporty for nothing. So, Martin, you're going to show us that simple one that will not make us go too far. Just around here. We can't do 100. Just 5. Just probably 5. Not for me, it's for Janet. I'm ready. Just get down. Let's push it on the side. Yes, there you go. So, Martin, what do we do, Martin? Please try this at home when you can. Okay.
Go down.
Okay, go down. Oh my Lord.
Up. Down again.
Yes, I like this. Getting
Down again.
down. So these are the 100 you do.
Yes.
Okay. So
We are only
that's
at
the fourth
3.
one. We're almost there.
Yeah, one more.
Yes.
Almost.
One more. You are just doing 5. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so
Awesome.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you so much. That has been it right here. We were talking matters, getting healthy, wealthy, and all that, and with a clean focus on athletes and sports. Subscribe and see you next time.